it all seems to have gone rather quiet for one of the best World War II shooters ever made. Having spoken to many players over the last week, I would summarise the mood of the Hell Let Loose community as bored. The game still offers arguably the best World War II experience around, but nobody seems excited by the game at the moment. So whether you play on console, PC, or just like the look of the game, today's video will analyse why there's an apparent lack of excitement right now, while also looking at the big updates with flamethrowers and new factions that arise around the corner. Before we look forward to the future updates and the roadmap, let's look back at where the game has been over the last year, starting where any good analytical video would, with cold, hard facts on player numbers and recent reviews of the game. As we look at the player numbers graph from our trusty companion, SteamDB, we can see there has been a steady increase in player numbers since release, with predictable spikes when there has been a free weekend. 2022 has seen an average daily peak of around 10,000 players. For context, here is the same graph for Postscriptum, which really surprised me, by the way. And also here we have Squad, which is actually very similar to Hell Let Loose. So far, so good. The player numbers may not be going as crazy as Battlefield 1 right now, but they are certainly going in the right direction. Looking at the recent reviews also paints an encouraging picture. Going by Steam reviews, everything seems very positive, with the occasional complaint about the game being a running and dying simulator. No surprises there. So player numbers look fine. Recent reviews look positive. Then why can't I help but think there's more going on under the surface? To understand this feeling of stagnation within much of the community, you only need to analyse the frequency and quantity of updates, or lack of, in 2022. The last big update, number 12, was in July 2022 and gave us a new bridge map, Remagen, with literally one bridge connecting two land masses. Yes, it is fair to say that isn't everybody's favourite map, unless you happen to like a stalemate slaughter on a bridge for 90 minutes. It's not that bad. We also got night versions of some existing maps and flare guns. The night maps are fine, they're just not as good as they sound. I find it difficult to see at the best of times, let alone when they turn the lights off, but it can be damn atmospheric at times. We also got a few other things in Update 12, such as a new old tank, the Panther, which used to be in the game, got taken away and now reintroduced. Don't get me wrong, any update is gratefully received, but you can understand why players weren't blown away by any of this. To find Update 11, you'd have to go all the way back to December 2021. They gave us half-tracks to spawn on. The Panzer IV was a particular highlight. That's when they took the Panther away. The FG-42 and Trench Gun were also exciting additions to the game. And you have to give them credit for the incredibly long list of bug fixes in that update too, but it was nearly a year ago. So going back to our original question of why is the community feeling a bit bored? The core of the game is still as amazing as it always was, but a new map and a new weapon here and there only keeps you engaged for so long before it becomes stale again. So why the lack of new content? One simple contributing factor is the game releasing on console, initially with less content than the PC version, so the developers have been working hard to bring console players up to speed with PC players in terms of content. Clearly, that meant more work going into the console version than the PC version. That's just common sense. But even if we accept that new content has been lacking in 2022, why are player numbers looking so healthy? I think at this point it's worth mentioning that the average age of Hell Let Loose players is higher than that found in many other shooters, myself included. The lower back pain is real. From my experience, older players are happier to stick with a game when they find one they like, even when it has annoying bugs and isn't updated all that often. In summary, the main complaints I hear are there may be a few long-standing bugs that seem to make it through to each update, those pesky things. Oh, and there isn't a tutorial for what is actually a rather complicated game to get your head around, and I swear people are using their mics less these days. But as a machine gun player, don't get me started on bipod placement. I mean, seriously. Anyway, I digress. Well, this all sounds a bit doom and gloom, doesn't it? So let's start looking forward to the exciting stuff. Update 13, the new roadmap, and a whole new faction, the Commonwealth. So when is Update 13 coming? Don't know. Late 2022, maybe mid-December, but they're having or had the playtest on November 10th. What will be included? Flamethrowers, Molotov cocktails, a new winter map, winter uniforms. Each faction will get a jeep, and the Soviets a new light tank, the T-70. My predictions, the flamethrowers will be fun, but due to a lack of range, will be very limited in their use. But yeah, they'll be fun. A new map is fine, and jeeps that provide ammo, yeah, sure. This last update of 2022 isn't expected to set the world alight, but any update is welcome. What is far more exciting, however, is the first big update of 2023, the addition of the Commonwealth faction, and potentially a new theatre of war, such as North Africa. There's a lot to be excited about here, but when? Don't know. Exactly what's in it? Don't know. Are you starting to see a trend here? All jokes aside, a lot of players are genuinely excited for this big update, but the lack of detail and potential for delays is a concern at this time. However, console has finally caught up with the PC version of the game, so future content can be released on both simultaneously. That's a huge win for all of us, and hopefully means a lot more content from now on, and something for players to get excited about. Come on, guys. Having recently returned to Hell Let Loose, I can confirm I'm still having the same fun I always have, but also the same frustrations. It's just not changed very much in recent months outside of a few updates that are fun for a time, but there's a lot on the horizon for us to be excited about. Perhaps after the Commonwealth update next year, they can squish some more of the long-standing bugs, and we can look forward to a very successful 2023 with Hell Let Loose. But what are your thoughts on the game? Perhaps you love it and think the content this year has been more than enough for you. If you play on console, what's your experience been of the game? Do you think the community is a bit bored at the moment? That's how it appears to me, but perhaps you've got a different experience. I look forward to hearing from all of you. Maybe we can play in a squad together sometime. See ya.